This is Sean, our Manual Osteopath.
Hello.
So first off, I'd like you to talk about a little about what being a Manual Osteopath means.
Okay. It's basically a hands-on treatment that involves stretching, PNF, stretching, muscle energy techniques, cranial osteopathy, all things to basically help the body go into alignment, because when the body's in alignment, it does its best healing and its happiest when it's in its best, posture and best alignment. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Okay. And how long have you been working with holistic healing arts? I know that your bio on our website has a whole lot. You have experience with this for a while. I mean,
yeah.
Of course
I used to work in the front. You know, I used to stock shelves. I've done something in this, because we've been here for quite some time now.
So then, how long have you been working here
But
as
working
a Manual
here,
Osteopath?
3 years minus COVID.
Okay.
About that ish.
And
I kind of don't know exactly how long.
I mean, COVID does put a bit
It kind of just, it's like, yeah, so I think maybe even more than 3 years minus COVID. 3 years October minus COVID. Yeah.
As a medical facility, though, you guys weren't shut down for very long.
I was, though.
You were?
Because osteopathy is still an unregulated profession.
Okay.
And so I was shut down, I think 8.5, 9 months in total.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So not just like a small chunk of time.
It was a big chunk. Yeah, it was a little frustrating, but I think it was good because it got myself and a couple other osteopaths got together, and we're starting to push for the regulation more now. And I think the other associations now are realizing, you know what, if we were regulated, we wouldn't have been shut down. So hopefully it's opening the door and we can all just get along. That's all.
Why would we want to get along?
Well, the problem is that there's differing schools of osteopathy. Some of which think that their version is better than everybody else's, and doesn't want to cooperate with the other schools
Okay.
into one. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with right now. It's a little bit of
Trying to
little Game of Thronesy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, except nobody dies. That's the nice thing. So
Game of Thrones, but a lot less exciting.
yeah, a lot less exciting. Exactly.
What is your favorite part about working here?
The people and the family that Paulette and Alfred always create. We always try and get in really good people who are awesome in so many ways, and yeah, it just feels like you're part of the family.
I definitely get that sense. Like, I've only been here for 2 months, and it's just everyone's so close.
Yeah, it's a really good bunch here.
So how many hours do you typically work in a week?
So typically I will see patients for between 30 and 32-ish. That's what I'm scheduled for. And then, so if I'm really busy week, I don't eat lunch, but that's okay because I do intermittent fasting, so it doesn't bug me too much. And then I will have another 6 to 7 hours of files and exercises that I'll send people, and upkeep and things like that. So it's about a 40-hour work week when all said and done.
And are you happy with that? Would you like to work more? Would you like to work less?
I mean, I would love it if someone could do all my files and everything, and I could just focus on treating people. That would be great.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then that would be a 30-hour work week. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah. Well, and you said that you spend about 6 or 7 hours filing. That's an entire
I do
day.
electronic files and stuff, but then it's also keeping up on my files, researching for the patient's got a specific malady that I need to learn more about. Then I'll go searching for it. I'll go through my books, so that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the number one piece of advice you might offer to someone who's curious about osteopathy?
To make sure that they're getting into it for the right reasons, that they want to help people. And if they're getting into it because they want to help people, then by all means, it's great.
Do you have a piece of advice you'd offer to someone in general?
Just have fun and live, dance, and be free.
Live, dance, and be free.
Oh, and sing. Singing is always a good thing too.
See, I don't dance, I sing.
There you go.
What do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
In my spare time, my girlfriend and I, we built a koi pond, so that's been taking up some of my spare time. But just relaxing and hanging out with my cats and my lady. society is kind of, yeah, that's I do enjoy the couch time.
How many cats do you have?
I only have 2, so it's not creepy and weird.
Was the fact that you specified
Yeah.
that like there was a plural?
Yes, cats, but only 2.
I'm a crazy cat lady, so.
How many do you have?
I mean, I only have 1,
Well,
but it's what I
crazy.
feel in my soul.
No. If
I would
you
like a
once
house full of cats.
we'll do an intervention if you get too many. We'll be
What's
like,
too many?
I think it's like how many people do you have in your household multiplied by 5. That's too many cats. I think that's the formula. I don't know if it's the
Not too
formula. I'm
many
just
cats.
making it up.
That would mean that I
Yeah.
could have 10 cats.
You could have 10 cats.
It's not.
See, there you go.
No,
Right?
it's not enough cats.
Okay, maybe multiplied by 3. We'll just say that.
15 cats.
Yes.
I have a small house. The house would smell with
Yeah.
10 or 15 cats.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite sport?
I'm not really much of a sporty guy.
How about a
to be
favorite
honest.
book?
Favorite book? I really like the Witcher series. That was good. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a good one too. Dune is a good book. I like that one. I don't really have a favorite though.
No,
I
do you have a
just read
favorite
a lot.
genre?
Yeah, definitely like sci-fi, fantasy kind of thing.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Yes, Gattaca.
I don't think I've
No,
heard of
because you're
that.
young. So Gattaca was Ethan Hawke. You're younger than me. It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. It's actually the movie where they met. And the whole idea is that it's a future society where you can basically just pick and choose what you want in your kids, how tall you want them to be, what color eyes you want them to be, and then it creates two sections of society: those that were born like with like this CRISPR technology kind of thing, which is what we have going on now a little bit, and then those that were not born with it. And those who are not born with it are relegated to doing like manual labor jobs and things like that, and they can never be what they want to be. And then, I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically one of the guys in this subclass of people decides, no, I want to be an astronaut, that's what I want to do, and he finds a way to do it.
Okay.
And defies all expectations.
What
It's
was
really
the name of this
cool.
film?
Called Gattaca, Gattaaca.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Yes, it's the harpy eagle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't done too many of these chats. You're
Yes.
my third, but I
Yes.
have not received the same answer twice yet.
Okay, good. That's good. I don't think many people would be talking about the harpy eagle. So.
I mean, I don't know what like. It's
Okay, it's a
obviously
South
specific.
American eagle,
Okay.
and if you just YouTube harpy eagle, you will see it. It's an amazing, majestic bird. It's the heaviest eagle and the most powerful, and it can rip a sloth off of a tree that's like 50 or 60 pounds and
That's
carry it away.
Awful.
Yeah, they're really
That
good
poor
hunters.
sloth.
I know. I feel bad for the sloths, and my niece would be devastated if she saw that. She loves sloths, but they're a really cool animal, and I've always liked them.
Blue whales are my favorite.
Blue whales are your favorite? Okay. Yeah.
There's just something so fascinating about them.
Yeah, the gentle giants.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. I mean, if whales decided tomorrow that they wanted to be an aggressive species, we would be in trouble.
We
I
have
mean,
no
a blue
chance.
whale could take out a cruise ship, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you interested in sharing any story about yourself, a loved one, or a pet?
Well, right now I have a 10-year-old cat named Moxie, and she's an incredible cat. And my girlfriend recently acquired a kitten from one of the places she works at, and we're trying to get them to cooperate and be friends, and it's not working very well. And this kitten is a bit of a handful, and last night I put a butter tart, which I was really excited about eating, took it out of the fridge, put it on top of the microwave, and then went upstairs to do something. When I came downstairs, Miko, the kitten, was on the counter and had eaten the entire butter tart except for the crust. And I was very sad and very upset. Bad kitty. I hope she gets a tummy ache and learns her
I
lesson.
mean, I feel like that's a lot for a little kid.
It is, right? I think so. Like, she's only this big, and the butter tart was like this big, so I mean, that would be like me eating a butter tart this big. I think I
ambitious.
would be sick after that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but so far she's actually been okay, and she jumped on the counter again this morning. So obviously she didn't learn her lesson. So yes,
She's a handful.
she's a handful. Yes. Hopefully she gets better. Only when it comes to food. Other than that, she's great. But when it comes to food, like, it doesn't matter. If you're eating something, it is like she will crawl up, put her hand on the plate, pull it down, like it's just...
She's that cat.
She's that cat. I mean, and she's a barn cat, so it's probably just her survival instinct.
Probably.
Yeah.
And Moxie, you said, was your older?
Moxie's my older cat, and is not having much of the younger cat right now.
I mean, 10 is sort of that age where, like, they're not young, but they're
Yes.
not old, so it can go either way.
Yeah, no, and she's a really small cat too. Like Moxie's only this big, so she's not much bigger than a kitten, and most people think she's a kitten when they meet her. But yeah, she's getting there. Like she's getting to the point where they'll sometimes play together, and then she'll be like, "Oh right, I hate you." So we're getting there. We're getting there. We hope they're going to be best friends in the next month or two. So we'll see.
How long has Miko been part of the family?
Miko's been part of the family now a month and a half. But for the first little while, because she's a barn cat, we had to sequester her away
Yeah.
because we had to get tests done and everything. Because when they come from a barn cat colony, there's a lot of things that could.
Yeah. I feel like you're very ambitious with your timeline. My husband and I welcomed in a puppy into our household
Yes.
with our cat more than a year ago, and she hates him.
But they're fighting like cats and dogs, right?
She's fighting like cats and dogs.
Yes.
He loves her.
How long has this been now that you've had?
We've had the dog just over a year.
And she still hasn't
Oh,
accepted the dog.
yeah, she hates him.
Yeah, but she never will.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you mind my asking where the name Moxie came from? And was it by any chance Borderlands?
It wasn't Borderlands. That's really cool that you mentioned Borderlands because that's one of my favorite video games. I love the Borderlands series.
That's where I
It was-
immediately went to when you said the cat's
It
name
was
Moxie.
it just made sense, and it just came to me. Maybe it was like subconsciously from Borderlands, but I think it was kind of like Chicago was kind of a big thing then, the musical Chicago, and I think I was thinking Roxy, but I thought I don't want to call her Roxy, and then I thought Moxie, and her ears perked up, and I'm like Moxie.
Oh, so she kind of chose her own name.
She kind of chose her own name, yeah, and she's such a Moxie. She really is, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
with my knowledge of Borderlands, to think she's such a Moxie, like, that's a very strange way to define a cat.
Yes, it is. Well, she's like feisty, but like cool and sophisticated at the same time. You know.
She's a lot of things.
She's a lot of things.
Why don't you talk about Borderlands?
We can talk about that later.
It's one of the online games that I play with one of my girlfriends.
Yes.
She and I play it all the time.
I got my brothers involved in it, but they would only do one playthrough, whereas I've done like multiple playthroughs, and like some of my characters are like godly powerful, and yeah, it's a game that it's just like it's funny, it's challenging, but at the same time, if you're, have you ever played on like Mayhem 10?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's when you played on Mayhem 10, we'll talk.
Okay. I'm afraid. How would you describe yourself in one sentence?
Cheerful and intense.
How do you think other people would describe you in one sentence?
Cheerful and
I
intense.
had a feeling you were going to say that. If you could have any superpower,
that's
Mr.
easy.
Love Superheroes, which power would you like to have?
Flight. Flight or teleportation would be so cool.
You only get one.
You only get one? Okay, then I would do teleportation, because then I could still fly. Well, I could fall. So I could teleport up to the sky and then fall and then teleport, onto like a crash pad or something.
I feel like that's a really dangerous game.
It is, but I'd have to play with it a little bit. But yeah, I guess teleportation would be really cool.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
No, that's it. Just everybody, be healthy, and if you need a really good health team, the team here at Holistic Healing Arts, we're really good, and we're looking forward to serving the public.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for meeting with me.
You're very welcome.